Hey guys, for this tutorial I'm going to be teaching you how to do a cylinder. I've got a page full of cylinders right here. Cylinders are a very basic form in drawing, but they get used so many times. Just to review, a cylinder, like this tape here is a cylinder. It's something that's round on the top and round on the bottom. Usually that's got two straight sides, and that's a basic cylinder right there. So to draw one, this is a simple way to do it. You can start by taking two dots, and the two dots decide how kind of wide your cylinder is going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and put two dots here, and then you're going to connect them by doing a curved line from one dot to the other. This one's curving downwards like a smile. Then we're going to do a curved line on the top going the opposite way like a frown. So you connect that like that, and it looks kind of like a squashed football. From there, from where your two dots are, you're just going to go ahead and draw two lines going straight down and decide how long you want your cylinder to be. So I'm going to have mine be that long. Then you're going to go ahead and connect it with a curved line. That curved line is very important. If, for some reason, I'll just do a quick one over here so you can see, if you decide to do it straight across, it makes your form of your cylinder feel flat. To me, it looks like a little box of French fries from McDonald's. So don't do that flat. Keep it curved. So think about it, if this is curved like this, then just if you could take that line and bring it down here and curve it, then it's going to look right. You can bring that all the way through and kind of make it feel like a transparent form there, or you can just do that curved line and leave that out. And that's your basic form there. So we're gonna go ahead and add some shading, kind of like how I did shading on this side over here. I'm gonna have my light source be coming from this direction, which means my shadow is gonna be on this side. So all you do is you're gonna go ahead and start filling this in. I always start dark, kind of as dark as I can go with my pencil. And then as I move towards the center, I'm gonna lighten. Don't push quite as hard until you let it fade off like that. Sometimes I'll have to go back and kind of fix up some of my little empty spots there. You could use a blending stump like this to kind of help you fill that in, to fade that in. Or if you don't have a blending stump, you can just take a piece of paper towel. Sometimes I rip off a little piece here and kind of roll it up, and you could use that to kind of help you fade that out. Now you can't forget to do the ground, otherwise it just feels like a floating cylinder there. So I'm gonna go ahead and shade off to the side here, kind of starting longer here and then kind of bringing it around towards that center and letting it fade into there, kind of taper in. I will go a little bit darker right at the base to make it feel like that shadow is really kind of connecting with the form there. And I might go back in and darken this edge again. And that is a basic cylinder. So you can pause this, go ahead and try one on your own, or you can keep watching. So you can change up. Now the dots are very helpful to kind of get you started, but eventually you'll get to where you can start doing it like this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get my whole hand. So if you notice, I'm not just moving my pencil, I'm actually moving my whole hand and creating that ellipse. And I don't always get it right the first time. Like sometimes I have to do several lines to get it going. And then I'll go back and kind of darken the one that I feel like turned out the best. Maybe like that. And maybe for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit longer. And make sure those two are the same, and then you just go ahead and connect it with that curved line. You can experiment, like if you notice over here, I did a lot. Now, when I used to teach high school, I used to make my kids do 50 cylinders as a homework assignment. I have about 25 on this page here. At first, I was doing them kind of the same, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try some different sizes. So I did some tall, some more like a tuna fish can, maybe one on its side here. I did some that are sloping outwards, like the top of a volcano, or kind of sloping inwards, like that. Or I even tried experimenting with an hourglass shape. Eventually I got to where I had them open, like you could actually put something inside of here, like a dish or a goblet or a vase. You can see that a cylinder can really be so versatile, and it's really important that we know how to draw it so that we can try different things, especially in nature. We see so many cylinder type shapes, or not even in nature, just in things around your house. So let's go ahead and show you how to do some of these other shapes. So again, you can start with your 2 dots, or you can just kind of freehand. I do like the dots, so that really helps me kind of know where I'm going. Maybe for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and slope inwards. So I kind of do the 2, and then maybe I'll go ahead and slope outwards. And then connect it with that curved line again. And I'm gonna go ahead and shade this for you so you can see how it looks. I'm gonna do it shading on this side, so I'm gonna go dark, 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 lighten, dark, dark, and lighten. And then I'll do the ground. Again, you can pull out your blending stump if you want to. As I'm shading, I don't know if you noticed this, but I was going this direction and then I angled it because I don't want it to be like flattened through there. I want it to feel like it goes in and then goes out again. And there's kind of that shape, so you can kind of play around with it. Like, what if I want to make this feel like it's like a mug? I'm gonna go ahead and add a little handle on there for fun. A little handle there. So for this one, maybe the light is still coming, is gonna come from this way, which means this side's gonna be dark this time. Go ahead and do the ground real quick. And this one, it's good, the light's actually gonna be hitting on the inside of the cup, but it'll be a little bit darker on this side. So on the inside, I'm gonna add this. And this shading on this top part is what's gonna make it feel like it's actually empty or open. Let that fade into there a little bit. Take my blender. Just to kind of show you that. And that's kind of how you do make it look like it's open. You just kind of shade one side, the opposite side of where the light is coming from. So experiment, try different things with your cylinder. If you want to do one on the side, you're going to go ahead and you can do your 2 dots, but this time they're going to be vertical. Go ahead and connect those 2 dots with your ellipse. And then you're going to bring it this way this time. Connect that. And then you could do your shading. And sometimes I'll go like this. It's important to get those curved lines. You can see I've tried to curve those to make it feel like that is a rounded form. If, I'll do a quickie one over here, I just went straight up and down like that with my shading. Again, it makes it feel flat. So don't do that. Try to curve your lines. I'm just gonna go ahead and bring my shadow out to the front a little bit like this, kind of at an angle. Darken it right there. Okay, I could use my rolled up paper towel if I wanted to kind of help me out a little bit there too. And you don't have to rub everything. In fact, this page over here, I didn't use any kind of blending. I just drew it out and sketched it out. So it's up to you. So once you kind of feel like you have a good handle on the cylinder, we're gonna go to take it up a notch. So the way we take it up a notch is we're gonna stack them. So check out these ones here. I've got some stacked up like this, small, medium, large. Same thing over here. Then what if I did a big, small, big? This one I did a whole row like that. Small, big, small, big, small, big. I even turned it on its side. I made a little wedding cake. You can have a lot of fun with these kind of cylinders. All right, so to do this, we're gonna go ahead and start off with one cylinder, just like this, just like we started with the other ones. Get that round ellipse shape. Drop our sides, bring that over. And this is where we're gonna add our second one. So you're gonna go ahead and put a dot and a dot, connect that dot, those dots I should say, and you can draw through your cylinder above it. This just helps us stay kind of looking correct. So we get that round shape. Once we get that, it looks good. Go ahead and drop your 2 lines down and then go ahead and connect those. Then once it looks correctly there, then you're gonna go ahead and erase that line that went through your cylinder. I always like to draw lightly first, just in case I make a mistake, and then I'll darken. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and do a smaller underneath here. So all you're gonna do, the smaller ones are actually really easy. You're just gonna go drop 2 lines down and then go ahead and connect those with a curved line. And boom, now I got 3. I didn't have to draw anything to the top because it's sitting underneath this cylinder here. Then we're gonna go back to those 2 dots we did before, and I could go wider this time. Maybe I'll go out to here, those 2 dots. And then I'm gonna go, so see how I'm kind of going back and forth to kind of help me, because I get a little lost when I try to go all the way across in one swoop. So I kind of do that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and bring that around, bring it around. Then I'm gonna go ahead and do my 2 sides, connect that. Then I'm gonna go ahead and erase. All right, so now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what if I wanted to add some columns, like I did on that little wedding cake that I was showing you earlier? I'm gonna go ahead and do, let's do 1, and then go ahead and curve it out on the bottom, then 2. And if you notice, this center one, I have made it a little bit lower than this one because this drops down lower. So it's gonna come forward a little bit. Then I'm gonna add a 3rd one right here. So now I got 3. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add another cylinder underneath it. So I can go ahead and go back to my dot method, 2 dots, bring that around, bring it up and around. Kind of looks like a flattened kind of a football shape there. Then go ahead and add my 2 sides and curve it around. Then I'm just going to take my eraser and go ahead and erase that. And here as well. All right, so now I've got a pretty awesome looking wedding cake. Now you can add, like on this section here, I've got only 3 showing. There could be ones that are further up higher. So what if I did this? I'm just gonna add a short one, kind of tucked back there, a little bit angled. I'm actually having it sort of go behind that one to make it look like maybe that has maybe 4 columns holding that up. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the shading. Now I've shown you the shading before, so I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up so you can see it all kind of coming together at once. So a couple things to show you again while you're doing your shading is to remember that we go about halfway with our shading. You can see it go about there. I can kind of fade it out a little bit there. And then as I do my shadow, I kind of keep the same angle of shadow, even with these columns. See, I have the angle of the shadow going out that way to be kind of consistent so it looks more believable. Again, you don't have to use a blending stump. I did just to kind of help smooth it out. On this one, these ones over here, I did not use any kind of blending stump at all. I just let those go with my pencil. You can change it up. You can do them on their side like this. I'll do kind of a quick one right here. You can do those 2 dots, but just vertical this time. Get one side going on here. Make it feel maybe like a dumbbell. The skinny one in the middle. Curve that. Then again, you can do your dots, kind of helping you figure out from here up, here down. Go ahead and draw through it. Bring that out, then connect. Then go ahead and erase. And then you can do your shading like I did on this one over here. So experiment, have fun with it. Try different combinations like I did here. Try doing, whoops, you're gonna do several of these just to kind of get a feel for it, and then try doing your stacked up ones. It's kind of a fun exercise. It kind of challenges your imagination and your ability to work in kind of 3 dimensions. And with that shading, it really kind of adds that pop to it. So have fun and enjoy.